And ladies and gentlemen, we are live. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to another late night, midnight. Organize myself here. Late night, midnight, live hour. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for tapping in, ladies and gentlemen, to a special evening edition. Tonight's episode of Live Hour is TMM Academics. Hold up. We ain't no one trick ponies. We want to make something clear. Some news came to us. We'll discuss that later on in tonight's episode of Live Hour. But tonight, let me grab my spirit. Bear with me. I need this bad boy here. To kick off tonight's show. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. Oh boy, we got guys tapping in late at night. You guys don't sleep. You guys are mad, just like me. And I love it. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to another. I thought I had stuff in my hair. Oh, no, that's just grace. Oh, God, Brother B's getting old. Guys, welcome to another episode of Live Hour. Arzu, what's good? Juan says nothing like appliance talk instead of a pillow talk late at night. Welcome, guys. Guys, welcome to tonight's episode of Live Hour, late night. Tonight's episode, ladies and gentlemen, bring back an old segment that I haven't talked about in a long time. I wanted to bring this particular segment back of Live Hour, Tool Talk. Some people like when I discuss tools, unboxing. Some people like breakdowns and reviews, and that's what we're going to do tonight. So, ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, let us look at tonight's episode of Tool Talk. And for tonight's episode of Tool Talk, we will be discussing cordless screwdrivers. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I will say, in the appliance repair industry, there's a lot of disassembly. If you've ever taken apart a Bosch dishwasher, or you ever taken apart one of these weird appliances, you know that there's 1,000,001 screws. It could become very cumbersome on the wrist. So I like to play with different drills. Sometimes I lose them. Sometimes I can't find them. So I'm always buying drills and cordless screwdrivers. Now, before I begin in tonight's episode of Tool Talk, I do want to point out one thing. Ladies and gentlemen, there is a difference between a cordless drill and a cordless screwdriver. They are different, okay? There are differences between the two, obviously. A screwdriver obviously operates slightly different than a drill, okay? They have different purposes. But, ladies and gentlemen, I went ahead and purchased this bad boy. I lost my drill in the customer's home, so I decided to go ahead and purchase it. Spent $35 on this bad boy, as you see here. That's what it cost me, $35. Again, I decided, well, with 82 accessories, let's take a look at it. Let's see the perks. Apparently, for $35, you get this setup here, right? This is what they advertise, okay? This is what they advertise. They advertised an LED light switch, compact, forward, reverse. This is what they advertised, okay? Let's see if they live up to their word, okay? It is pivoting. It does have a swivel. So without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, here are some of the bits. Here are some of the bits that they promise. Do they deliver is the question. Okay, so they have 25mm screwdriver bits. Okay, here 50mm screwdriver bits, and here the nut drivers. Okay, so let's take a look at it now. Let's do a little unboxing. Here's what it looks like when you order this bad boy. It comes in this inner twist box, right? Now, here's the box that it comes with, the outer box, okay? Now, pretty rugged, pretty durable. Definitely could throw it in the van. You don't got to worry about it getting whacked or dinged. It's definitely a good, rugged, robust toolbox. Okay, let's go ahead and open it up. Okay, it has two safety latches here. Okay, they hold it in place. So again, when you open it, you're greeted by a slew of bits. On backwards. When you're doing it online, it's backwards. Bunch of bits over here. Okay. Here's the cordless screwdriver itself. All right, let's take a look at it. Now, my initial impression was I never had a cordless screwdriver like such. I never had this sort of a breakdown. I'm used to something with a trigger or something that you can press a button or something, but this guy operates a little different. This guy here uses this to go forward and reverse. And it's on both sides too. So you go forward, a little different. It's pretty cool. Another thing about it does have this 90 degree, close to 90 degree pivoting setup here. Okay. They do provide you this little digging majig here. Don't ask me what this is, but it is a little digging majig. It's pretty cool because I like it. You do have to lock it in, guys. Okay, you do have to pull up on this guy to lock it in, okay? So once it's locked in, it is secure. You won't lose any bits if you're down in a washer or something and the bit falls. That sucks. This locks it in place pretty good. And then they give you this setup here. I guess if you want to, get funky twists and up in weird angles, you can use it. I will say I did use it and I did experience a little bit of twisting. It did try to twist and kink on itself, so I had to back out and break it some other form, and then I was able to use this setup here. It had enough torque. It does have different settings, so if you don't want to strip your screws or anything, it does have this adapter here. Other functions and features, it has a battery indicator. 3 LEDs there, green, orange, no, green, yellow, and red. Okay, green, yellow, and red. Battery indicator. It also has a LED. Okay. Here are the bits. The bits, they don't provide us the 1/4, and they don't provide us the 5/16. What they give us is metric from 5 to 10. Okay. So battery life, I've yet to waste it, and I've had it now for 4 days. I have not been able to completely drain it in 4 days, and I use it a lot. You guys know that when we take apart stuff, it requires a lot of disassembly. So I did want an electric screwdriver. I wanted something lightweight. So I went ahead and purchased this bad boy here, this inner twist. And okay, let me give you guys my honest to truth opinion. Before I get into that, here's how you charge it. It is charged with a little cable. Okay, so it is rechargeable. All right, you just plug this guy in here. And I charge it when I'm in the truck. I got a little inverter, so I plug this into my inverter, and I just charge my drill. Like I said, it's pretty good on battery, in my opinion. Okay, so my review on this guy. For $35, brother B. Tell me about it. Is it worth it or not? Oh, forgot to show you these two. It does come with a series of instructions that I suggest you read. Definitely. With some promotional stuff here, And again, they're manual. If you aren't familiar with electric cordless screwdrivers, it's good to go ahead and give this a read. Here's their support. All right, so guys, here's the good, the bad, the ugly on this puppy. So we're talking cordless screwdrivers, okay? For 35 bucks, ladies and gentlemen, I went ahead and purchased it and I gave it a thumbs up. Now, I'll tell you the good. The good is it's an ergonomic. It's an ergonomic machine. It's very light. It's very nimble. It doesn't put fatigue on the wrist. It's easy to hold. If you got big hands, small hands, it's very easy to grip. And for $35, I think that the value is pretty good. Battery life, like I said, is another pro. I've had it for 4 days now. No problems at all. So those are the pros. Now I'll get into the cons. And again, if Ender Twist is watching this, please don't kill me. I'm just being honest. And I have to keep it real with the audience. But the cons. Guys, this thing is slow as molasses. I mean, if you're looking for a unit, if you're looking for a device that you're just going to get in and go, this ain't it. With this puppy here, she'll turn it. But it's like, the purpose of that, I guess, is to reduce stripping of the screws, the screw heads, if you will. But she's slow, and her power, she's not that powerful. If I could get a little bit more power in this, and they would have charged me another 10, 15 more bucks, I think they would have had the greatest device on the market because it's lightweight. But again, from a power perspective, but all in all, guys, it gets 2 thumbs up for 35 bucks. It's light. You keep it in the bag. No biggie, no problems. You keep it in the bag. And guys, all in all, it's about reducing the wear and tear on your body, for me at least. So I like the unit. I'm going to give it a 2 thumbs up. If you want more information, let me go ahead and supply you the link here. Put it in the chat. And again, if you have a particular drill or electric screwdriver or anything that you want to suggest, please go ahead and don't hesitate. Don't hesitate to drop that in the comment section. Let us know if you have any particular unit that you use. But again, here you have it, ladies and gentlemen. This is the Inner Twist cordless screwdriver. Again, for 35 bucks, not too shabby. Okay, go ahead, check it out. All right, let's move on now, guys. We're going to move on now into another episode. And tonight's episode of Where's Parts Talk? Right here. And let's get rid of this. Boom. All right, guys. In tonight's episode of Parts Talk, we're going to be visiting a good friend of the channel, Mrs. Aisha Estrella, and the fine folks of Fox Appliance Parts. Brother B, who is Fox Appliance Parts? Well, Fox Appliance Parts, ladies and gentlemen, is a pretty large organization in the southern eastern region of the country. They have approximately, let me count, 11. They have 11 branches. Okay, let me open this up full screen. Okay, yeah, they have 11 locations. Mostly in the Atlanta area. They do have Savannah. Looks like they cover Florida now. In Jacksonville and in Mobile, Alabama. Okay, there you go, Mobile, Alabama. And then It looks like Huntsville, Alabama. Okay, so there you have it. Fox Appliance. They're in Alabama, Georgia, and Florida. Okay. Uh, what kind of appliance parts do they carry? Well, let's look at who are their vendors. Here's some of the manufacturers that they parts that they carry: Electrolux, Bosch, GE, LG, Samsung, Speed Queen. You can go down here. Some of these brands I've never heard of, but again, here's some of their brands that they carry. They also have a catalog, online catalog. I advise you check that out. This is their newest catalog, 2023, 2024. And it, different various stuff that, if you want truck stock, stuff that perhaps you don't have, and you say, oh, I need to grab one of those. Oh, I need some new gauges, vacuum pumps. They have a gang of stuff. I suggest you just go through it. They have appliance parts, you name it, they got it. But what else can you tell me about Fox, Brandon? Well, let's talk about how you can get in contact with these fine folks to get good prices, good service. Again, you want to go ahead and reach out to our good friend Aisha Estrella. This young lady came down to our training facility. We discussed appliance training. We discussed parts and, the industry as a whole. So again, if you're interested in parts, please go on over to foxatlanta.com. Okay. All right, there you have it, guys. That's Parts Talk. Okay, that's an episode of Parts Talk. Please hit the like button. Okay. Now, guys, let's move on to our next segment. In our next segment, we're gonna be discussing industry news. And in tonight's episode of Industry News, we will be discussing if you don't know and you've been living under a rock, you need to go on over to psaworld.com and sign up now and get involved in the Las Vegas 2023 PSA convention. Okay, if you don't know what that entails, let's find out what it's about. In tonight's episode of Industry News, PSA is September 25th through the 28th. That's in the Las Vegas area. Okay, and it brings me great joy to say, if you are in the Las Vegas area, Brother Rick will be out in attendance. He will be given a sealed system class. So again, if you're in the Las Vegas, if you're in that West Coast period, I suggest you get to the PSA. It's a good convention. I won't be there. I'll be at the ASTR, but the PSA is an equivalent of just as fine of an organization. I digress. Let's speak more about these fine folks. Here are their prices. It's a 3-day event. And let's discuss what let's look at their program here and see what's going on. Okay. Here's some of the fine folks that are going to be in attendance. American Vulcan, Appliance Parts Company, Asurion, Bertazzoni, Bosch. I'm not sure who those fine folks are, but CCW Consulting, Circuit board medics, Core-Centrics. Those are board repair companies. Great to make bonds with them. Daycore is going to be out there. Definite company you want to try to get in there and become one of their Daycore. Yeah, they didn't accept me. My area is sold out, but Daycore, you definitely would like to get in and involve with them. Their customer base pay good. They have great expensive products. It's high end. And the technical support is amazing. Factory authorized. Not a bad unit. I digress. Okay, who else is going to be out there? Dayton Appliance Parts. Distributing. Encompass. Electrolux. Fix Your Board. Fox will be out there. Again, special shout out to Fox. We just spoke about them. Again, shout out to my girl Aisha Estrella. Fred's Appliance Academy will be out there. General Electric, Guardsman, LG, Liebherr, Marcone, National Service Alliance, Rosware, Samsung, Service Power. What the hell is this? Skills USA, Tribbles, and I don't know why they didn't put TMM Appliance at TMM Academics up there. We got our instructors gonna be out there teaching, but they don't have our names on there. We need to speak to those fine folks about that. But again, it's a 4-day of training. Subject matter will include topics such as appliance troubleshooting, electrical and schematic training, basic and advanced refrigeration, brought to you by Richard Zilka of TMM Academics. Okay, be on the lookout for that. Please go out there, show some support. It will be at the Westgate Las Vegas Resort and Casino. What else can you tell me, Brother B? Business management training, appliance manufacturer technical training. What's that, Brother B? That's when the manufacturer goes out there and give you technical training on their product in particular. I suggest any companies that you want to sign up to be factory authorized, I suggest that you attend their technical training, because at the end of their technical training, they hand out a paper. You take the paper, you fill out your name, your company information, email, and one day you'll be in your van, you'll be driving, and you'll get a call. Hey, I went on so-and-so's website, and I saw you were one of their factory authorized. And you say, who? What factory? Oh, yeah? Oh, okay, yeah. Yeah, I got a whatever. Can you come check it out? You go out there, you get right on the phone. Hey, how you doing? I'm factory certified, authorized. And I'm out here on the job. And right away, they help you. And again, you get the customers out of warranty. So again, if you want to sign up with some of these companies that I suggested, I would definitely look at attending their appliance manufacturer training. I would definitely do that. Now, they have certification, office systems training, appliance school instructors meeting, and new products and tools for the appliance industry. Okay? So again, guys, if you're interested in this setup, you can go on over to 1-888-777-8851, or you can just go on over to psaworld.org. Okay? There you have it. And again, those dates are, one more time, what's the dates? Okay, there we go. The 25th through the 28th. So if you're in the West Coast area, please check it out. All right? What else do we have in tonight's episode, Brother B, of Industry News? Well, ladies and gentlemen, in tonight's episode of Industry News, We will show love to the fine folks of Marcone. We will show love to the fine folks of Marcone. You better believe it. Ladies and gentlemen, if you seek training, okay, if you seek training and you are in the southeast area, we need to talk about the following classes that will be held. Oh, I'm trying to zoom in. There we go. Okay, so if you're in the Woodstock area of Georgia, Jacksonville, Orlando, West Palm Beach, Miami, or Fort Myers, please attend MSA training. Subject matters are to include Frigidaire, multi-door refrigerator, dual evaporator training, R600 training, made by Midea, model and Fisher Paykel training. Who else? Speed Queen. Speed Queen's gonna be out there. So again, price of that is $29 for the MSA members and $129 for non-MSA members. Okay, one free technician per class for MSA Pro members. So what does that mean, Brother B? That means that if you become a member, right, you get to bring one tech along. Okay, so in theory, you do save. You get that free promotion. Okay, so you want to go on over there. Okay, again, here are the dates. Let's zoom into the dates one more time. And guys, it brings me great joy. It brings me great joy, and it brings me great honor to tell you that the Thursday, the 26th of October, the Spanish class that you see here, Brother B will be the host of that. That is correct, ladies and gentlemen. That class will be taught by yours truly, Brother B. So while Richard is at the PSA, again, if you missed tonight's episode of Industry News, I urge you to go back. While Richard is at the PSA convention, Brother B will be at the MSA convention, located at Miami, Florida. But again, here are the dates. Again, we discussed subject matter: Frigidaire, dual evaporator, R600, Speed Queen. If you want more information, guys, please go on over to, what is the website? I think it's, oh boy, they didn't include the website. I think it's msatraining.com or Marcone. Contact your local Marcone rep. They'll be able to help you with that, okay? All right, guys, that covers industry news. We got a couple comments in here in the chat. What we got going on here? Tiger White Tube says, hi. Well, good evening to you, sir. Or good morning, wherever you're watching this from. He says, I have problem with refrigerator. Get 170 volt, 0.53 amp, not cold enough. Well, brother, White Teb. So I'm just gonna call you Tiger. Well, brother Tiger, listen. First, start with collecting the pertinent information. Get the temperatures inside of the box. In your first food compartment, you're looking at 37 plus or minus 3. Freezer compartment, you're looking at 0 plus or minus 3. After that, ensure fan operation. Ensure fan operation in both evaporator, condenser area. Ensure a proper damper operation. Ensure door seals. Afterwards, ensure evaporator coil frost pattern. Pull out, before you get to that, pull out the compressor. Ensure that your compressor is running. Put your hand on it. Make sure it's hot. After that, check your evaporator coil pattern. And then after you ruled out everything, at that point, then that would involve tapping into the sealed system. You may have seal system complications. Okay, brother Tiger? But I gave you a lot of things to look at. Okay. Juan, again, thank you for tuning in so late, Juan. Hey, I could only get in where I could fit it in. Midnight is it looks like. So Juan taps in and says, Samsung owns Decor now, I think. I did not know that. Juan, if you have proof of that or you have any reference sheet that I can post it, I'll gladly put that up. That's interesting news. Thank you, sir. Tiger, thank you. Thank you. All right, guys, that's tonight's episode of Industry News. Now, we're almost done with the show. Okay, we're almost done with the show. And again, I know it's late, so if you got to go to bed, go to bed. Watch this another time. But I got to get all this information now. Okay, I got to get all this information now. Now, guys, let's move on to our next segment of the show. In tonight's episode of Channel News, okay, in tonight's episode of Channel News, ladies and gentlemen, I want to send a special shout out to, where are they? The fine folks of, where'd that picture go? Give me 1 second while I pull up that picture. Hold on 1 second, guys. Hobart. Guys, if you don't know who Hobart is, while I pull up the picture, Hobart is a commercial repair organization that, hold on, let me pull up the screen with these guys so that I can, okay, there we go. Okay, let's pull this up. Let's add them to the screen. Okay, these guys here. Okay, Brother B, who's Hobart? What are they about? Guys, they do a lot of restaurant appliance repair. They're a pretty big organization. They're very in-house. They're huge though. I believe they have something like 1,100 locations, over 15,000 service technicians in the U.S. and Canada. Pretty large organization. In tonight's episode of Channel News, ladies and gentlemen, it brought me great honor and great joy to have these fine folks come down and visit Richard and I and talk appliance repair training, talk, the landscape of the industry, and talk commercial and talk a little residential. And more importantly, it was a way for them to kind of check out what we had going on. And I'm very happy and I'm very flattered that they came down to visit us. So again, special shout out to Hobart. Here's their website here. Here's some of the products that they have: mixers, slicers, food processors. This is some of their equipment, some of the stuff that they work on. But again, they're a pretty big organization, and I'm very flattered that they came down and they visited. All right. So again, in tonight's episode of Channel News, I want to send a special shout out to the guys at Hobart. I want to thank you, fine folks, for I'm very honored, and Richard and I are very honored and flattered that you guys came down. We appreciate it. Thank you. Thank you. Okay. Secondly, in tonight's episode of Channel News, guys, I'm very proud to announce we are very close to 10K subs. We're very close to 10K subs, ladies and gentlemen. Wow. Look how far we've come, ladies and gentlemen. Appliance repair subs are hard to get. We're a small niche. We're not controversial. We're not we don't cause too much scandal on this side of things. So Richard and I are very honored for every subscriber that we've had. We want to thank you. Like I said, we're pretty much right there at the 10K mark. So from the bottom of my heart, guys, thank you. Thank you for all your support, and please continue to support. And then finally, third thing on Channel News, guys, board repair. I have a new board repair instructor. Okay, gentlemen, that's a board repair instructor. A lot more polished than the first individual that I had teach. No disrespect to the first individual, but nonetheless, if you're interested in board repair, troubleshooting from the board, repairing the board, fixing your own board, and there's something that you're interested, please type board repair in the comment section. If I get enough of those board repairs, I'll put something together with this instructor and we'll have some sort of a board repair class. So again, if you're interested into board repair, please go ahead and put that in the comment section and we will go ahead and put something together for you. All right, I took care of all of that. All right, we're almost done with channel news, guys. Finally, channel news. All right, Tiger says he wants a board repair. All right, definitely. Thank you for the feedback, Tiger. Like I said, if we get enough of those and it seems financially, affordable for you, where the instructors can, fund this event and put on a good show, a good training. We get enough board repairs, we'll definitely look into that. All right, guys. Next thing on the list here, I'm very excited to talk about. Okay, channel news. Okay, guys, in tonight's episode of channel news, it brings me great joy and great honor to show you our newest and latest invention. Okay, check it out, guys. Let's polish things up, and we added a new segment to the website of ours. Over here, TMM Self-Study. TMM Self-Study. What is this, Brother B? What is this self-study? Well, guys, right now we're in the beta version. But what it is it's a self-paced, very organized, step-by-step approach to the sealed system repairs. In chapter 1, we discuss basic refrigeration. In chapter 2, we discuss refrigerants, types of compressors, and so forth. Let's go ahead and look at one of these chapters. Let's go ahead and begin with chapter 1. Okay, the basic refrigeration system. Here we go through the theory. Here's some of our theory. Okay, we get into the condensers. We talk compressors. Right? Capillary filter drum. Right? So we go on. That's our first chapter. In chapter 2, we have another chapter. And, very in-depth. Each chapter very, very thorough. We discuss Latin heat, non-corrosive to metals. Oh, we discussed the PT chart. All seal system related so I can't show you everything because this is our documentation pretty much. This is the course, so I can't show you everything, but I'll bounce around a few chapters and show you kind of what the unit looks like. Here's chapter 4. We get into service tools. Get into that. We get into access valves, and these are our videos. We don't send you somewhere else. We give you our own stuff. Here's Richard's lecture, and again, so the videos match the reading part, the lecture. Okay, so again, if you're a paid member, we're looking for feedback. We're looking for criticism. We're looking for ways to improve. So again, we want you to go on over to if you're a paid member, number one, thank you for the support. It's what keeps the lights on. And again, we want you to go on over to TMM Self-Study. And again, if you're a member, and at the end, you take tests. After each chapter, you're supposed to send in your test for grading. You're supposed to send in your test for grading. It brings me great joy and honor to show you what one of those tests look like. And again, this is the beta, and I'm showing you a sample size of our online self-paced program. It's very polished. It's very clean. And it took us a long time. Well, Richard in particular, shout out to him. It took him a long time. I kind of was the editing and the reading and the back end, but Richard, he did a great job. Let's look at one of these tests look like, guys. Bear with me as I find that test. Okay, so let me pull up this, what one of our tests look like. Again, so how you would do this is you would fill out your name here. You would fill out the date, right? After you do that, let's take the test together. And if you know the answers, then please put it in the comment section. But again, this is sealed system. So we'll take the test together. So we'll start with question number 1. Most modern refrigerators use what? Tube and fin, roll bond, cold wall, or shelf evaporators? Of the 4, which of today's modern refrigerators, what type of evaporator do we use? Okay, that's question number 1. Question number 2. One end of the capillary tube is connected to the filter dryer. Okay, so it is connected where the freon flows through the capillary tube, then enters the dryer. Or it flows through the dryer and then it enters the capillary tube. So this question is looking for the flow of refrigerant. Does it pass first through the dryer, then the capillary, or capillary, then the dryer? We just want to challenge your understanding of flow of refrigeration. And notice, we make you fill in the answers on some of them. On some of them, it's multiple choice, but on some, you gotta fill in the questions yourself. Okay. Number 3, principles of cooling in a refrigeration system. Select all the correct answers. Everything has heat. Heat is measured in quantity, BTUs, and intensity. A vapor must give up its latent heat before it can recondense back into a liquid. Latent heat can be measured with a thermometer. Heat always moves from an area of lower intensity to an area of higher intensity. So again, select all. So this one is a multiple choice, but you got to select which of them is the correct answer. Okay, we kind of force you here. We push you a little bit. Okay. Brother Tiger has something to say. Says, this live will stay on YouTube. I'm in Europe. I will go work, brother. I will watch after this work. Thanks. Oh, man. Shout out to Europe, man. One love, bro. Thank you, brother. Okay, number 4 says, in a few sentences, describe the compressor and how it works. How does that work? What is the compressor? Go ahead for 1 point. List all the parts in the refrigeration system that will be found on the low side of the system. What are those components? Go ahead and list them. So again, here's the test. Here's one of our tests, and this is for one of the chapters. Okay, that's not for the whole. This is just chapter 1 test. What about chapter 2, chapter 3, chapter 4, chapter 5? And seal system, I think we got, how many chapters we got in seal system? We got 7. So it's 7 tests. And again, you got to send them in. Okay. So again, if you're serious about your learning, we understand that our hands-on may be out of some people's reach due to obligations, work, family. We understand. Some people too far from us. Some people simply just can't, leave. And we get it. So we wanted to put something together for you guys online that will definitely benefit you and provide you, good training. Okay, so if you're interested in this training, please go on over to www.tmmacademics.com and go to TMM Self Study. It's our new tab. Again, it's the beta version. It's in the beta phase. So we're looking for the misspells. We're looking for the stuff. We'll get it all worked out, okay? But please go on over and go ahead and take that course, okay? All right, ladies and gentlemen, as far as channel news, I don't believe I got nothing else. We're ready to go ahead now and start my live hour. And my live hour, ladies and gentlemen, has to do with TMM being a one-shop, one-trick pony. Okay? What makes me bring this topic up? Where am I going with this? Where are you going with this, Brother B? What do you mean one-trick pony? Go ahead and elaborate. Well, guys, it was brought to my attention that bear with me as I'm trying to show this tab. Okay. It was brought to my attention, guys, that while Richard Zilka was going to MSA, and he also taught at National Marketing Group. I forgot to mention them tonight. I could have did a whole segment on National Marketing Group, but there's so much news I couldn't get to it. But nonetheless, and a comment went around. And it was a nice comment. And it was a respectful comment. But I feel like it wasn't accurate. The comment is Brother B and Richard Zilka have a great SEAL system training. For that, you want to go to those guys. And I said, well, what else did he say? And he was like, no, that's it. And I said, Richard, I'm not satisfied with that comment. I'm grateful for it. I'm honored. I'm flattered. Thank you that you feel that way for us, sir. Thank you for your feedback. But sir, we're not one-trick ponies, sir. Don't get us confused. We teach everything, and we teach everything the right way, and we teach everything correctly. We teach intro to schematics. We teach laundry. As a matter of fact, we teach we have a laundry class coming up here. Dates will show as soon as this thing loads. But we teach washers and dryers. We teach board repair. We do more than SEAL systems. Let's be clear about that, okay? So I'm flattered. I'm very humbled of the reputation that my business partner and I are developing, but we're not just SEAL system guys. We do it all. We do there we go. Intro to laundry, January 19th through the 21st. That's a 3-day class. We do gas and electric. We do washers, front load, top load, disassembly, troubleshooting. And again, our philosophy and our approach is different than other facilities and programs out there. We advocate that every individual student get his or her own unit, work on it, make the mistakes, expose themselves to their weaknesses, and conquer their fears. Okay? That's what we do. That's our approach. We pair it with sound theory, and we believe that having one unit present and 10 guys standing around isn't effective. We also feel like one instructor sitting there clicking a mouse, showing different PowerPoints of different things of a washer, while 60 guys are in the room, that isn't effective either. The truest and most realist way, in my opinion, to expose you to your fears, to show you like, man, I don't know how to use an electric screwdriver. I don't know how to use the settings on the voltmeter. Oh my God, I'm dropping everything. I start to sweat. People busting their knuckles. That's the learning you get here. So, as far as us being one trick ponies and we seal system guys and all that, we appreciate it. Thank you, thank you, thank you. That's not valid. We more than that. You heard? Like I said, if you want to get more of our courses and our programs, please go on over to www.tmmacademics.com. Okay, and before I get into my second rumor, the second scuttlebutt, and second blasphemy that I'm hearing about TMM that I don't like, is that our people are scared to send their texts out here because they are under the impression that if they send their texts out here, Brother B is going to convince their texts to become self-operators. That's true and that's false. Let me explain to you. When Richard and I host these events, we get a conglomeration of everything. We get local guys, we get guys from all over the country, all over, wherever. And then we get guys who send their guys. I can't control the questions that are asked. If you send your text to a class like that, right, and you got a self-operator, and we doing, I don't know, a washer class, and we doing a damper removal job, and the guy tells me, Brother B, what you charging? And I tell him what I'm charging. The single operator, forgive me, the guy that works for someone, they may start to inquire, like, well, why am I getting paid this and that? And that's a whole nother can of worms. Because then we get into, like, does the technician do his own SEO? Does the technician have his own van? Does the technician have his reputation out there? Does the technician have his own liability out there? Does the technician have a 1-800 number out there? There's a lot of cost to do business. Is the technician 24/7 responsible for any catastrophe that happens? Is he on call all the time? No. He disconnects at 9 to 5. So why should he reap all the benefits? He gets a good salary, hopefully. He should. He's entitled to it. I stand behind that. I advocate that. Good benefits package of some sort. And the opportunity to have a wonderful work-life balance. Get in at 9, you get home at 5. At 6 o'clock, you're watching your favorite Netflix, or you're in the gym, or you're cutting your lawn, or you're whatever your life calling is. And you disconnect. I understand that you need chiefs and you need Indians. You need them both. And on this channel, I've never promoted one is better than the other. I simply was like, you need to be smart. You need to train yourself. You need to go on over to tmmacademics.com. And I talk business. I talk stuff like that. I talk industry. But there's nothing wrong with working for somebody. There's absolutely nothing wrong. If you're getting a good check, maybe that's how you got to start. Maybe you got to do that for a few years before you just jump into this wild shark industry that we in, So again, to that rumor, yeah, there's truth to that, but I could get around that by offering you the following. If you sending your people out to me, you don't want them to really necessarily be exposed to them conversations, and you don't want them to necessarily be privy to some of those talks, just tell me. We'll even set up a special class for your people. If you got multiple texts and you want to keep them kind of isolated from that world, man, I won't tell them nothing. I'll stay quiet. But those were two rumors that were floating around out there that necessarily didn't sit well with me. And, just wanted to address them. But again, nothing bad, guys. little bit of clickbait, little bit of just to get you guys to watch the show tonight. But there's truth to it too. I don't like that kind of stuff, and I want to address that. And again, guys, I want to thank everybody for tuning in tonight. Play a little bit of outro music, and then we'll get out of here. We'll recap tonight's show. Again, if you're just tuning in, thank you for watching. If you've been tuned in the whole time, please thank you again. All right. So again, guys, to recap tonight's show. Guys, tmmacademics.com. Upcoming courses. Go check that out. Again, next month, we're going to be at MSA, Marcone. Brother B will be giving class there. PSA. Let's go to PSA. Richard Zilka will be there. If you're going to be in the Vegas area, let me share the screen with you. Again, guys, PSA. That's going to be in Vegas, Westgate Resort. Again, we spoke about the companies that's going to be out there. Richard Zilka will be out there giving SEAL system training. Again, we spoke about Marcone's training, MSA. Again, Brother B will be the trainer at the 26 Miami. Okay. What else did we talk about? Again, if you want parts and you're in the southeast, really anywhere, please check out Fox Appliance Parts. We want to send a special shout out to our point of contact down there. Where she's at. Lady Aisha. Here's her info. Tell her Brother B sent you. What else did we discuss? Tool Talk. Again, please check out tonight's episode of Tool Talk. And guys, I think that does it all, man. I covered my P's and Q's tonight. I gave y'all parts talk, industry news, everything. And live hour. Again, wanted to address some rumors that were out there about our, establishment. Wanted to shout everybody out, and I hope I offered something of content for tonight. I want to thank y'all for being. It's 1 a.m, and look what I'm doing. All for the industry. Please show support by hitting the like button. I want to send a special shout out to everybody tuned in. Love, peace, and harmony. Good night, everybody.